And good morning. I am Tampa Bay Meteorologist Rich Fields in the 10 News Weather Center in the newsroom. And time for our 11 o'clock update on what's going on. We've had a number of days now with severe weather, and are we expecting another one today? Yeah, we are going to talk about that right now. Let me make sure I got all my computers up and going for you. Okay, bear with me. Okay, we should be good to go. All right, let's check out our live shots here in and around the Tampa Bay area. Always looking for a cloud cover building. Look out toward Lakeland. I always like to point out Lakeland, because our flow, even though it's coming out of the south and east, we're going to see things build up in the some of the inland communities first today. But let's take a look around at what's going on. Bellwether Beach Resort camera looking south along St. Pete Beach. Hazy out there today. Did you notice? Not foggy. Yeah, not fog, haze. Mostly from the Saharan dust plume. And as a matter of fact, it's that Saharan dust plume that is going to keep us with a relatively drier day today. And we'll explain the reasons why. There's the shot of Clearwater Beach looking north from the Wyndham Grand Clearwater Beach Hotel out there. And a quick check on some current temperatures for you. 86 right now out of Clearwater Beach. Already feels like 95. Dew point, look at that. 75 degree dew point. Whew, it's up there. 70% humidity. And here's our headlines for today. So hazy sunshine due to that Saharan dust plume that is right over the state right now. We've got a big mass over the state of Florida. It starts relieving. It starts moving off a little bit tomorrow. But we are going to stay under the influence of some dry conditions. Remember that Saharan dust, not only is it dusty, a very dry air. And so it's pushing the moisture right out of the area for the most part. Late this afternoon, though, we could see some shower activity pick up, and I'll talk about that in a minute. Warmer temperatures with daytime highs topping out today in the mid-90s. We're looking for a high at about 95 out at the airport today. And then shower and thunderstorm activity slightly limited this afternoon. And that's really good news for everybody. Yesterday, whoo, man. Very active day yesterday. We had at least 2, maybe 3 severe thunderstorm warnings yesterday. And we had reports of hail, the whole 9 yards. So let's go through some of the activity that we had yesterday. Let me back out a little bit and go down to the south, Manatee and Sarasota counties. We had thunderstorm wind gusts off Siesta Key at 47 miles an hour yesterday. We also had some very high winds through the St. Pete area. As a matter of fact, Albert Wooded Airport, just south of the St. Pete Pier. This is on the bay side, the Tampa Bay side of the Pinellas County Peninsula. 40-mile-an-hour wind gusts out at the airport, St. Pete Airport. And then we also had 46-mile-an-hour wind gusts at Tampa International. We had hail reported in Carrollwood, half-inch size hail in Carrollwood yesterday. And in Odessa, 49-mile-an-hour wind gusts with some of the severe weather that blew through yesterday. So you can see on the storm report map there how active it really was, mostly along the coast. Lake Placid also saw some very gusty winds involved with their storm activity. There's the satellite and radar. You can see all the activity right now is out in the Gulf of Mexico. Notice from Key West up to the north and west, a huge plume of moisture. That wouldn't really be over the state of Florida if it wasn't for the Saharan dust plume pushing that activity out of the area. So our flow today out of the southeast up to the northwest, and our regime, our thunderstorm regime, is at a 7 with the National Weather Service, and that means the area that is highlighted on the screen with the arrows, that's exactly where we expect the thunderstorm activity to pick up later on this afternoon. Not much though, not much with regard to water, precipitable water, to tap into because of the dust plume. Let's talk about futurecast. 3 o'clock this afternoon. Look, the last couple of days, really since Saturday, by 1 o'clock, noon, 1 o'clock, certainly by 2 o'clock, we would have already had thunderstorm activity in the area for inland communities like Lakeland, Lake Wales, Lake Placid, Sebring. By 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock, certainly in the afternoon, we would already have thunderstorms in these areas. And as you take a look at today's futurecast, by 3 o'clock, there's barely anything on the state of Florida. Now from Hudson up through Crystal River, we expect some shower activity and possibly even a thunderstorm. But that is scoped way down from where we've been the last few days. So let me continue to put futurecast in motion. I'm going to try to go hour by hour here with you. Well, I skipped 2 hours there. There's 5 o'clock. That would normally be our 2 o'clock futurecast map right there. So by 5 o'clock, still just some scattered shower activity out there. There's 6 o'clock. All of it's still mainly inland. Sarasota, Bradenton starting to get a little activity, a little shower activity. Hillsborough County, Pinellas County certainly devoid of any kind of activity. Polk County receiving a little bit of shower activity. From Citrus, Hernando, Pasco County, a few thunderstorms blowing through along 275 or west of 275 of the 75 freeway. And then things start to change. 7 o'clock in the evening. Look at what's coming at us from Port Charlotte up through Sarasota, Bradenton area. These could turn severe. There's just a little more tropical moisture. I know it's not that far away from us, but Port Charlotte, Sarasota, Bradenton have just a little more tropical moisture than we get up here just a few miles away in the Tampa Bay area. But let me page through this a little bit more. There's nearly 8 o'clock. You see how things have expanded over Sarasota, Bradenton. Now Hillsborough County, right along the 75, both east and west of the 75, fairly decent thunderstorm activity. Whether or not this turns severe is another story right now. Probably not, because of the dryness over the area. There's almost 9 o'clock. Now we're starting to get an expansion of some of the thunderstorm activity. Northern Hillsborough County, northern Pinellas County, southern Pasco County. From Tampa through Hudson, certainly a good swath of moisture there. 10 o'clock, things start dissipating and moving out over the coast. Pinellas County getting a little light rain by 10 o'clock at night. And then by 11 p.m., even up through Crystal River, through Citrus County, all the activity, all of the moisture looks like it's going to be pushed off out into the Gulf of Mexico. So by 11 o'clock, we're going to be left with cloudy skies. And that's going to be about it. As a matter of fact, there's Thursday morning. As you wake up and send the kids off to school. Cloudy skies, really, for the most part. Let's check on the tropics. There hasn't been much going on. You know, we've had 3 named storms, nothing that has impacted the state of Florida just yet, but we're always watching off the coast of West Africa through the Cape Verde area, and we've been watching this particular area right here. This is tropical wave invest number 97L, not a named storm. Nothing yet has developed from it. As a matter of fact, the entire system is really breaking up and starting to dissipate, at least on these runs right here. So we're not too worried about invest 97L just yet. Remember, we've got the Saharan dust plume coming off the same area. Let me back up one for you just a little bit. Well, we've got the Saharan dust plume coming off this area, the western edge of Africa there, and that's Saharan dust plume right in here. This is where everything's coming off of. All the storms are coming off the western edge of Africa. The Saharan dust plume is located right about here, right about in the same latitude and same latitude as the Cape Verde Islands. So the Saharan dust plume is right above this area, literally pushing this activity, this storm activity, further to the south. So we expect the entire area of tropical moisture to stay to the south, at least for now. With regard to Invest 97L, this is from the Hurricane Center out of Miami. You can see where it's located. The Invest icon is located. And that is the area of probability of the storm track that 97L is going to take. Yes, it's going to cross over the Saharan dust plume. But as it does, two things are going to happen. This is also a huge area of shear. I'm trying to look for my pointer here on the map. Huge area of shear right up in here. So as this Invest gets up into the northern latitudes, not only is it going to run into dry air from the Saharan dust plume, it's going to run into a lot of shear. What is shear? Shear is very high winds that literally shear off the tops of the storms and break up storms. So let's take a look at the spaghetti plots for 97L. And you can see everything, just about every single model has it traversing through the Atlantic Ocean westward and then taking a hard northerly turn a few hundred miles off the coast of North America. So we're not too concerned with 97L at this point, but we're certainly keeping an eye on it. Okay, Tampa Bay weekend weather, Saturday and Sunday. Saturday, partly cloudy skies. Some afternoon thunderstorms. Our rain chances start going up for the weekend. The Saharan dust plume, the big patches of dust will have thinned out over the state by then. There's more on the way. I'll try to show you the Saharan dust plume in a minute. 60% chance of rain for both Saturday and Sunday, with daytime highs both days at about 92 degrees. Here's your next 12 hours. And you can see we're going to top out today with a daytime high in the mid-90s. We're looking for more like 95 out at the airport today, and a 30% chance of scattered shower and thunderstorm activity. Expected rainfall next 5 days. We've got a 30% chance today, tomorrow, Friday, because of the dry air and the Saharan dust plume. And then once that moves off to the north and east and leaves the state of Florida, look at how our rain chances start to skyrocket on Saturday and Sunday. Let me go search around for a second here, bear with me. I'm going to try to find you the Saharan dust plume map just to give you an idea of where everything is located with regard to that dust. I don't need no tropical trackers. Here we go. Let me pop this in for you. That is today. That is today. You can see the massive area of dust over the state of Florida and surrounding us. Bahamas, certainly out in the Gulf a little bit as well. But as I drag this through, look how the dust starts to thin out and leave the state. So we're talking today, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. We're still under the influence of this very dry, warm air. By Saturday, look how it thins out. And Sunday, that's when our rain chances start to go up a little bit. And that's the reason why. So we're lucky. I mean, if you're asthmatic or if you have any breathing problems, certainly the Saharan dust plume is causing problems for you. I have bronchial problems. I know it's really been a hard time with sinuses and breathing this season, this tropical season, but we're happy to have it. We're happy to have this Saharan dust, this dry air, this warm, dry air, because it's inhibiting the potential for tropical growth of storms. So, all right, marine forecast for boaters. Southeast winds today, as I mentioned, turning southerly a little later on this afternoon. Winds 10 to 15 knots, seas 2 feet or less, bay and inland waters at a moderate chop. And we will take a look at the 7-day forecast. So mostly sunny, scattered, isolated, I should say. Afternoon thunderstorms, not scattered, isolated. to mostly coastal communities. 30% today, 95 for the daytime high, 95 tomorrow, 30% chance of rain as well tomorrow. Same regime. Southeast flow, coastal communities from Port Charlotte all the way up through Crystal River. We'll certainly see the brunt of any kind of thunderstorm activity. And then we will stay on the dry side, as I mentioned, today, Thursday, Friday, and by the time we get into Saturday and Sunday, our rain chances start going up just a little bit. I like that song. What is it, Florida Georgia Line and Nelly? Just a little bit. All right, so let me say hi to some of the folks online here. Wow, a lot of people chiming in. Any weather questions for me? Boy, I appreciate all you folks here. There must be 100 or two on here today. Beautiful day in Beverly Hills, Florida. Yep. Shy Ivy. You chimed in last night, Shy. You probably saw some rain last night, right? Up in Beverly Hills, which is to our north. A lot of folks. Thank you so much. Walter Allen, Donna Pemberton, Sarah Santos. Boy, so many folks. Kathy Zielinski. Irene Layton. Thank you for watching, folks. We do this every day at 11 o'clock or as close to as I can get it. Sometimes with regard to putting the forecast together, I might be running a little late, but I always try to get on the air by 11 o'clock. Our next newscast here on 10 Tampa Bay will be at noon today. Chief Meteorologist Bobby Deskins is in, and he will give you an update on everything. So until then, thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you on TV.